People are saying ready.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Frown Power hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Tsunamic thinks I have an unhealthy addiction with people getting executed in bronze boot camp.
I think I agree.
Oh, it's not unhealthy. It's
Who died
cathartic.
last?
It's cathartic.
Who died last time?
Whoever.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Quinn to the
Respawn.
Raptors.
It's
Oh,
nothing
man.
against the people who die. It's just, I don't know. I really like seeing it.
It happens to everyone in the
Mhm.
new
Yeah.
jungle.
It happened to me
Oh, yeah.
twice in one game when I was playing with everyone.
Yes. To the same camp, too.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Guys, this is Bronze Boot Camp. We are back for game 3 of the day. Thanks for joining us, to everyone playing, everyone watching. We love to have you here. My name is Haberdashing. I'm joined by Seagrove and Frostbite from the Four Awards podcast. And we are here to watch your games, comment, so you can go back later on, watch these VODs, and improve on your play. And remember, this is all done through the Trinity Force Podcast Network. You can check us out at trinityforcepodcast.com. You can check out all of our podcasts there. There's the Proper, there's the LCS Rundown, and the Oz LOL podcast. Oh my god, Tsunamic, I'm trying to do something now. So if you like League of Legends and you want to learn more about the game or want to learn more about the scene, there's plenty of stuff there, and I guarantee you'll like it.
Yep.
So let's talk about picks and bans.
Looks like more of the same. I don't know where the Amumu band came from. But I like the Nidalee band. Did she get nerfed in this last patch?
Nidalee? Kind of.
Kind of.
Like it wasn't like a number change. They changed it so when she changes from cat form to human form, her cooldowns don't reset.
Oh, yeah.
Not
That's
like
right.
on her opposite form, but on her same form. So like if she's in cat form, uses her skills in cat form, switches to human, then switches back, it'll still have the cooldowns for cat form.
That's good, because you could do like 3 pounces in -0 seconds.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that being said, she still is very strong,
Yeah.
even in the jungle.
Right now, I'm banning in my solo queue games Nidalee, Callista.
Hey, you got to
Yeah.
think for banning Callista.
I do. I hate Callista.
I like
can't
the
hit
Janna
her.
pick here.
John
I
is
think it's-
always a good pick.
She's always a good pick, but I think especially when there's a Fiddlesticks,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if you're in the right spot to respond, like it can be a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do two things. If you can get it as soon as he comes in before he's able to like Zonias or before he has the Zonias, or you can do it when he's if you can hit him with a tornado or even your ultimate when he's powering up to go in,
Mhm.
pretty much make him worthless.
Yeah. Definitely. I love seeing that, like when I'm playing support and there's someone like that, or, Kennen that just wants to go into your team and, really screw with you. It's a perfect disengage. I mean, overall for supports, like, Janna still has the highest win rate of all supports. So she's really strong. She's one of my bans that I normally put out for solo queue. Just because it's so annoying to lane against her. Especially after she hits level 6.
Both teams so far looking for strong team fighting champions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll have that same divide that we had last game, where one team had the clear team fight advantage and then also happened to get a strong lead early on, and then it was pretty much impossible for the other team to engage on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really dependent on what happens in the game.
Yeah, both teams are building team comps for fighting right now, which is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when both teams want a team fight.
Except for the Janna. Like, she's there for disengage. Which fits, it's more of a counter pick to the Fiddlesticks. Leona? Okay.
You can do, you know how we always talk about with Thresh, you can flay
Mm-hmm.
to, if you stand on your AD carry before Leona has her ultimate,
You can just flare her off anytime she tries to
Wait.
jump on your carry. You can do the same thing with Janna. Because you do have a little bit of time there.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay, so they just made Johnny even better.
What's up?
They just made
Oh,
Johnny even
yeah.
better.
Yeah. There's a lot of potential in a John Ultimate against a team like this.
Mm-hmm.
I love these team
So
costumes.
then there's a lot of pressure on
There's
Johnny as
a
well.
huge wombo on the blue team.
Yeah, and on the purple team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they get like
Yeah. Team fights are going to be
Scion
amazing.
there.
There you go.
This is awesome. I am hyped for this game.
Yeah. I think they need a little bit more. Like, I'd like to see Lissandra in top lane.
I just realized it's a Ken in mid. I do not remember the last time I saw Ken in mid.
It's been I've seen Ken in AD carry more than I've seen Ken in mid, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
I won't forget you, Jim Bones.
Oriana's gonna have a pretty significant upper hand against a Kennen in the mid lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. But, okay, so that Scion is going to get locked in here.
But on the opposite side, if that's a Scion top, that's Nars can just kind of run circle around Scion.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if Scion keeps his exhaust.
I see no reason why he should.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for Scion. Like, they only need one exhaust, and that's for fiddlesticks, really, when they get into team fights. There's no, like, big assassin on the team they need to keep that for, so I'm hoping Frown Power switches to teleport.
Yeah, teleport also, just because I feel like some early dragon fights could be really a big swinging point for this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just like we talked, just because they have a lot of team fight potential. That team that starts to get an upper hand will snowball the game a lot faster.
He keeps it.
No, it changes it.
Oh,
Last second. All right, so we got 3 minutes till we're in game here. Let's talk a little bit about the matchups here. So top lane, like we said, it's going to be Gnar versus Scion. Where do we see
Gnar.
that one go? Gnar. Yeah.
Definitely in favor of Gnar.
There's
Okay.
so few champions who beat Gnar in lane.
I think I completely agree, but I think like that matchup specifically is very difficult for Scion because most Scions just like to build tanky and then like shoot out some E harass with the minions. Gnar can constantly bully him. He's really it's mobility versus immobility, and percent health damage is also kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I Scion just needs to look for more of the team fight here because laning is going to be very difficult. So mid lane here, this is going to be interesting to see Kennen versus Oriana.
Yeah, I think because of the fact that Kennen is really about auto attacking and getting his passive off, whereas Oriana can kind of just poke people with her ball.
Mhm.
I think that's going to give her a natural advantage. But I think one weakness that you can think about is that if for some reason Oriana has to burn a flash or something like that, if there's like a good gank that comes in and then combine that with Kennen's CC, that could probably be pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would have liked to seen more of like a defensive summoner spell for Oriana.
Mm-hmm.
Just because their aim in a team fight is to stay alive long enough for the Ezreal to do damage. Like they'll get plenty of upfront burst from the Oriana, but later on that Ignite's not going to do a whole lot.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Blue Team won this champion select. Like their wombo is just nuts.
Okay.
And
Yeah, it's a very
purple team-
strong team.
Yeah, it really is. And it's not just like great wombo, it's good champions too. Like Jinx, Leona, they're good. Gnar obviously is amazing. Cannon's been making a rise recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Fiddle can just take over. I mean,
if he does well, like Fiddle's crazy.
Okay,
For
so
those in the Twitch chat, Claude's
Yeah.
on the yellow line and he's offering some Scion tips versus Gnar.
What do you say?
He's basically saying that if you stay behind to block the boomerang, Scion will be fine.
yeah, rush team mats, stuff like that. Yeah. And he is the resident sort of Scion top laner, so I'll give that to him. But he is right. Against Gnar, you do have to look to see when he's looking to change to Mega Gnar. And when it is, it doesn't matter who it is. You should be backing off. And the converse there, when he isn't, you should be trying to focus more of your harass. Because they definitely made a clear separation with the champion of when he's powerful and when he's not.
The only thing that, in my opinion, the only thing Sion can do against a Gnar is hit him with his E's.
Yeah, I think, and that's true for a lot of Sion's matchups.
Yeah.
But Gnar is pretty squishy early on, so if you can hit some good E's, it won't be easy because he's a pretty small target that's pretty mobile. But if you can hit that, then that can turn around almost any lane.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see Sejuani build like off tank more AP in this match. So like your armor penetration items, just because the red team does need a bit more damage for their team.
Yeah, Sejuani, I like to get if I am doing that, I like to get a Leandries and a
Abyssal,
Frozen Fist.
Frozen Fist, huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it gives
On
armor.
a champion that you're able to get slows off on everything.
Gives you another
What about
slow.
a frozen mallet, though?
Jesus.
But it gives her armor, which is good, obviously.
I mean,
It
then
gives her
go Banshees and
a
you'll
lot
get the
of mana, but
slow.
she's very mana.
Not Banshees, I mean Randuins.
Yeah, I do Randuins too.
I
I'll build. This isn't like a build. I'll do Randuins, boots, jungle item, and then Aegis, Landry's, and Frozen Fist. I like it. She does. But the mana is also very good on her. She's very mana.
Yeah,
She'll run out of mana even late game.
that is true.
In
It
season
might
4, I
just
was
be my
really good
hang up
that.
with that item.
You love that item.
Okay, I got everyone organized, got the overlay right, we're ready to go in here. So, can either team really look for an invade here?
Sure. It's Bronze Boot Camp. Either team can look for
they've got a Leona stun.
And I think
If
the
they,
red team probably has a better time.
they might
for
want to do it
invading.
just to deal with Fiddle, potentially, but
Yeah, Janna.
I don't know.
Ezreal's good level 1. Janna's good level 1. Sedge isn't that great.
I really feel like invades are like 100 times better if you have like a Blitz or a Thresh on your team, and
Yeah.
I just out of personal preference, I tend to avoid them otherwise.
I would invade every game. Like, they work in solo queue. Invades work like 70% of the time for me because the other team never does. Never groups as 5, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to. But now the only thing is with the gate, it kind of throws it off because you can't run out really quick at the beginning and get there.
I don't know what Frown Power is trying to do.
I don't know, but that's a big person. So I
And
don't
they know he's there. And yeah, he's just
Oh
going.
boy.
He's
He's
stuck.
fine. Don't flash. Don't flash.
Maybe they're on
Okay.
to the level 1 Scion antics.
Well, I mean, his level 1 antics aren't even there. I don't know what he's.
Maybe
I
he
hope
was
he just goes
he might have
Raptors
been
right
thinking
now.
about trying to take the red with the suicide strategy.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna settle
Yeah,
for
he's
the
going
Raptors.
Okay.
A really good leash there for Sejuani. Very kind.
Yeah. Good
The
start.
Claude is saying that he wants to take damage. Which I guess I could see because
Yeah. What you want to do actually, you want to get as low as possible. You want to have like one hit, die immediately.
Mhm.
You'll still be able to finish the camp. and then you'll go back. Like some people, like when it was first invented, people would just walk when no one knew what it was. You would just
Ooh,
walk
level
into the
2.
tower, and take 2 or 3 tower hits.
Mm-hmm.
There, right there, Leona went in pretty far, but Jinx wasn't really in position to follow up, so not too
And
much
Leona-
came of it.
Yeah, and Jinx, that's Jinx's fault. Leona, as Leona, you want to go in level 2, and they got the level
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Like, again, playing
Whoa.
against Leona, you need to be like when she's.
Wait, oh, there it is!
Oh, son of! I wasn't. Ah! Okay, I'm rewinding that. We're gonna watch it. All right, Sedge. Show. No, fuck you, stream. We're going in to watch Sejuani die.
Kennen ignited.
There we go. Okay.
There was some ignites blown in mid.
I mean, no
Thank
sense.
you, everyone, for dying to minions.
I told you were getting 2 this week to make up for last.
Thank you.
Careful with the
But,
minion damage
yeah.
there in top lane.
What I was saying for bottom lane,
Ooh.
against Leona level 1, you should be trying to harass her as much as possible. There's not a whole lot she can really do level 1. Unless she
Nice.
wants to flash Q you, she can't.
Definitely agree. There's certain champions where, especially if for the support, like you want to be aware of when their power spike is, and then try and like synergize like your approach to when they're gonna get that power spike. So when Leona's about to hit level 2, like you just move up and try and engage with her.
Mm-hmm.
In top lane, Gnar unfortunately wasn't paying attention to the minions right as they were coming up to the turret, and then they all just started focusing.
Oh.
And then he's actually combined that with getting hit with a Scion Q, and he's
Like a full
Taking a
silence,
beating.
you know.
Yeah, that'll wreck you.
Whoa!
What?
little.
This Kennen
preemptive
is so
on the
trigger
flash
happy
there.
with his
Yeah.
summoners.
Yeah, there was some early ignite blown too. I think you got to think about what is the summoner spell gonna give me when I use it? Is it gonna give me a kill? Is it gonna save my life? And then be a bit more careful with them.
Because I mean, yeah, blowing flash. It's a 5-minute cooldown.
And as you get higher level, you start thinking things like this. Okay, flashing for this, I'll
Oh,
probably get
God.
the kill, but if I save it, I can flash later and get the kill and a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you start using them for objectives too. Like why blow a flash for a kill now when I can use it and get a kill and get an objective when dragon's up in a minute and a half?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as Leona's coming into your auto attack range, if there isn't a minion that's going to die,
That's
auto
right.
attack her.
It,
There's no reason just to let her go into your space without being harassed in return.
Kennen unfortunately
you go.
overstaying his welcome there. He deflected the gank, but then went a bit too far back up.
Yeah. You did a good job with the gank, but did too much after.
Sejuani is just cleared a ward by Dragon, and yet the bot lane is not stopping being pushed up. This was actually
Yeah.
very problematic if they responded appropriately.
But, I mean, getting Scuttle's good too.
It's true. Yeah.
But I agree, it'd be really good for them to Sedge to come to bot.
Yeah, if they're not responding at all.
Cyan going straight for armor here. It's definitely one way to go. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
just
know. Just because of, Nard does a good amount if he's using his W.
There she is. Oh, she misses it. I've done it before.
Ooh,
Where's her E? Oh, mana?
Yeah, no mana.
that was actually a pretty good heal there. I think with the
Mhm.
ignite tick, she might have been dead. Ooh,
Definitely would have.
something to keep in mind there is that Sejuani was only level 3 for that gank. I think it's why she took so much damage.
Yep. And she missed that Q. Once that Q was missed, it was just time to leave. Like
Yeah.
being 2 levels down, and yeah, Sejuani was level 3 when she gained cannon mid, and she didn't get any levels in between.
One thing I'm noticing in both mid and top lane is that when you have mana-less versus mana champions, you really gotta try and take advantage of when the enemy laner starts to deplete their resources. Earlier on, Orianna was really low, and Kennen still played pretty passive, and Sion's quickly gonna run out of mana in top lane if he keeps hitting minions. Looks like Fiddle's going for the drag.
Gnar needs to start auto attacking Sion. He's only throwing his boomerang.
Good tackle by
Sion's
Leona.
big time.
Looks like Blue's in good position for this.
Yeah. Blue's already running away with this.
I mean, it's only a 1k gold lead here. I mean, it's not blow it out of proportion.
Right, but it's at 8.5 minutes. Oh, Fid. Fid, you had your ult. Could have hopped. I would have been ult. Just ult Orianna there before, like, before she walks into vision.
Okay, so Kennen's rushing the hourglass. It's not going to help him for laning too much, but I think they're just going for that team fight pressure as early as possible.
Fiddle needs to leave. He saw to put a ward there. He knows they have vision on him.
Yeah, I mean, he does have his ulti, I think.
You can just maybe scare them off and whoa. Don't lose sight of the objective.
Yeah, they're denying him a lot of farm. But,
Yeah, if they can get this turret, that would actually be really big.
yeah. But the thing is, Sedge should be responding. Even if it's just going in, taking Fid's big wolf or something like.
Yeah, you need to be doing something when you see them.
She's really not farming very well. Sedge is only level 4. Fid has over double her farm.
She's not yet level 6.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
One more. She'll get out. Okay.
Well done.
Got it. So yeah, I think it's time for the bot lane to try and exert their pressure once they get this turret, and maybe try and get mid. I mean, we can see the mid laners are backing right now.
That's a free turret. Oh, never mind. Oh, boss low. I didn't see that. But they almost did the turret, and they'll get it later.
You're right about top lane. I think Gnar needs to be a bit more aggressive with his auto attacks, and also just keeping up in farm numbers a little low.
Because he's letting Sion push him into the tower, and if he were auto attacking, that would prevent that a lot.
Yeah. This is a game sort of I don't know if getting the tier on Ezreal is a good pickup, just because of how low their overall damage is. They need more like consistent DPS. So this could be a game where, like, I think going just regular 80 carry, eye edge, Shiv would have been fine.
I think you're right.
Yep.
Oh, what else is going on? I agree with the choice to go, Sedge.
Unfortunately.
Sad day. Sorry, I was saying I agree with the choice for Sedge to, Sedge. Orianna to be going the Chalice route with the double AP on the enemy team.
I gotta say, Leona's been doing a pretty good job of locking people down when it matters most.
Fiddlesticks just wants to ult the spot lane.
He really does.
Okay. So Sion...
Good Gnar. Oh, he could have.
Into the wall, yeah. He still hasn't gone back. He's sitting on 1,800 gold.
Fiddle just loves sitting on that ward
And
too.
he's spending so much time down there.
Wait, why did you use your E?
No, Sed, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Alright, we've got some action in bot. Leona going in.
Finally!
He's so happy right now. Didn't quite get anything out of it.
No. He really just spent so much time bot lane for nothing.
Nar, when you're in mini form, don't go into melee range.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think he needs to be a bit more cautious with using his E. A lot of times he relies on it to dodge like the first bit of poke or damage, and then all of a sudden he has nothing to deal with Sion afterwards.
Yeah. You don't want to be caught in like a Scion Q or his ultimate without
That
your
would
E.
be a good time to pressure the mid turret. We've got Orianna trying to defend bottom.
Yeah, Kennen should be really shoving right now. He knows there's 3 or 4 mid, and he
Bottom.
has vision of them if they want to come up.
Mhm.
I mean, vision of the pathway.
So Sion no mana at this point. Sitting on 1,400 gold.
Nar actually grabbed a brutalizer, so maybe he is going to start poking more.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice for him. Yeah, that was just really early for Sedge.
Good job blocking the ult.
She had the right idea, but yeah, the rest of the team was not in the area to help out. And it wasn't her team's fault. They just obviously can't get there in time. But
Yeah.
like, if she would have waited a couple extra seconds, that could have been a really good engage.
I think once again Kennen really should be trying to apply pressure to mid.
Mm-hmm.
They can probably try and wave clear bot for a long time, but if they do that, they can't defend mid at the same time. Also, Dragon just spawned.
Yeah, neither team has wards on it. So. And neither team seems to be going for it. Red is pinging it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Ezreal
Which
did
is
just
good
ult
right now.
to keep the bot lane. So that's actually really awesome. If Red just runs straight to Dragon, I'm going to be proud of them.
Yeah, because they know they just went back. They don't know
and-
where Fiddlesticks is, but they know that bottom lane is gone.
Okay, Ezreal, if you ulted to keep them from going back so that you could get Dragon, that's an awesome ult. If you ulted to delay their ult for 5 seconds so that you could farm, that's a waste of an ult. Like, that's a great ult if you're using that to get Dragon. That's a terrible ult.
Good by Fiddle, but Kennen's not in position to follow up. That was really... I think
Yeah.
Kennen needed to work on his awareness. Fiddle really set him up pretty well there.
Yeah. Lol.
That was been really
That was
weird.
very close.
Yeah, that could have gone. That probably
Jinx
should've been
on
a
mid.
trade.
Mid's definitely gonna fall.
Yeah, red team just missed a huge opportunity to get that dragon.
Yeah. And blue might be capitalizing here. I would like to see Fiddle and Jinx go grab it.
Yeah. So Sion does pick out the Sunfire for first item, which
That's good.
yeah. And I don't
Against
think
an R.
I don't know if it's totally necessary, especially when you look at the rest of their team. Some early MR could have helped him out more, I think.
I'm gonna see a teleport.
Oh no.
Oh, Ezra almost got that. So they aren't paying the price for it, but they got it, so it's hashtag worth.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, yeah, they're pinging out that they need to get at least one of these turrets for it.
Just a peaceful walk there. Sedge and Leona taking a stroll together for a little bit.
Well, then they knew neither one's gonna kill each other, so why even
Hopefully
bother?
red can get this bot turret.
They'll be able to get it. And there's no point for
Nara's
Leona to
actually
stick
pushing
around.
top pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, if they're able to defend this,
Yeah, man.
Fiddles in
Jono would just like
position.
spend so long
Oh.
just sitting there. And
Almost.
either you auto attack the tower to help Ezreal, you put a shield on him to do something.
Alright,
Nice.
still got
Because he
Okay,
can't
Blue's-
just be. Yeah.
shutdown gold.
blue just went up 4,500 right there. I mean
Mhm.
total. Cute. Oh, those E's come out so quickly, don't they?
So
Mhm.
Nara was able to take inner top. In top lane, one of the biggest challenges is knowing when you can, help your team, but also not give up too many objectives
Mhm.
as a top laner. And that's one of the reasons why teleport is so often picked.
Yeah. So that you can stay top lane, you can shove it because you know your team's about to try and take dragon. You shove it and then you go help with dragon, and then you're able to get back before your tower's gone.
Did Fiddle just get the blue?
He did.
Yeah. He knows what he wants, and he takes what he wants.
Yeah, Sejuani's having a bit of a rough time here. Hopefully she can land some good ultimates later on and maybe even set up Orianna.
Yeah.
Orianna's gotten pretty strong now. Although she could definitely get her farm numbers up a bit more.
Yeah. Well, just about everyone in this game is sitting a little lower for farm this game.
Mm-hmm.
The highest is 119 from Scion here. When really like at 20 minutes you should be trying to stay closer to around 150 as like a goal. Which is far from, perfect, but it's also plenty good.
Yeah. Ezreal finishes man immune.
Mhm.
He's got a bit of a power spike right now. Like with that man immune, he's got 2 Dorans and a long sword. So he's sitting on like 170 attack damage. Jinx is actually at 210. Let's see if he's. Okay, I think he's gonna go back and buy.
Leona's really been on point with her CC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sedge's just been a little too late to all these places.
She got really behind
Yeah.
during the farming at the beginning. Just did not farm enough at the beginning.
No, she only has 28 farm here. So not such a good game.
No.
Huh? Okay, so after the Brutalizer, Nars picked up Yomu's Zeal.
Oh
He's
boy.
going Trinity
One of
Force.
those.
He's going Trinity Force.
I really don't like the
No.
that kind of
Offensive
into
Nars.
damage.
No.
Yeah, not the biggest fan either.
A big problem with building so much damage on Gnar is that a lot of times you're going to be in Mega Gnar form, and that's going to be right in the middle of the fight, and if you can't survive, then it doesn't really matter how much damage you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, with Gnar, your priority should be... You can get, like, that Brutalizer, or, the... Hex Tech... What is it?
Hex Drinker?
Hex Drinker, yeah. But after that, you should be looking to go for more of a tanky route. Like, up against this team... probably, like, a
As-
Randuin, I don't know. Like,
He
they're
should
pretty
be straight
diverse.
tank, honestly.
Yeah.
You can
Ooh,
get
nice.
an offensive item on him, but this game should be straight tank. Red team actually doing work here. No cannon, so
Pretty good so far from Red. Wait, does Ken have his ult? Oh, he does.
but this isn't the time to use it.
Oh. Good job by John there.
Nice. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was sick.
Whoa.
And
Blocks it.
Yeah, there was just too much. It was like a tiered fight for blue. Like, first you're gonna go, then I'm gonna go. We're all gonna die separately. It's fun.
Red started that out really well, but they weren't really able to close it out that well. They didn't get really any objectives for it.
Speaking
Dragon's
of
now up.
Yeah, Dragon is now up. And
Or he's
Blue's,
out of mana.
yeah, Blue's in a better position to be grabbing it here.
Which is gonna compound their lead.
Let's see.
This will be Dragon number 3. I mean, Sedge has been on point about like timing these dragons, but unfortunately, like, when she goes in, the rest of her team is not there to help her.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And
like,
she's so far behind. From
yeah, I mean, if you're Sedge, like I'm saying, okay, guys, Dragon's coming up really soon. I really need your help to try to get this thing, because if you all go into the same time, there, they have a much better chance of pulling it off.
Yeah.
Narg went a little too far with Leona there. But it looks like they're going to get the dragon regardless.
I don't hate the hunting guys on Kennen, but I don't want it to be a Leandries anytime soon,
No.
if at all.
I think a big thing here too is that because the outer mid and top turrets are still standing for blue, they pretty much keep getting it to that point, and then they can't really take it that much further.
No! Zero Jinx, come on, man. We've talked about
What
this.
happened?
Oh, item pickup.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know why people think like grabbing Blade of the Ruin King second is a good idea. Like I see it all the time on Caitlyn and on Jinx and people like that. If you decide to go Infinity Edge, you have committed yourself to then picking up a Zeal item. Because either one on its own aren't good, but when you combine those two, it's the highest damage output you can get from those two item combinations for an 80 carry.
Yeah. It's really good.
My
but you have to
goodness.
go to it.
Leona was so tanky that she could walk through 3 people and then eventually get them to clump in time for Fiddle to follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue's just really far ahead. That's, I think pretty soon, I think in about 2 minutes, we're going to see some pretty sweet wombo combos from the blue team. But,
So it looks like Oriana's going for the Void Staff second item. And I think
and
that's fine, just because she is behind. The time it would take for her to get that death cap, or whatever her rod item might have been, it would take a long time. But here, you know, you get that 2200 gold item. I think it was a 2295 total. But yeah, because they're already starting to stack up a good amount of MR. At least Fiddle is, I guess. Yeah, just Fiddle right now.
yeah, I just want to commend blue on that after that fight, getting 2 towers and an inhibitor. That's really good.
Yeah.
Objective pressure.
Yeah, nah, Blue's doing okay with vision control. They got a lot near Baron, which they probably could grab with the Fiddlesticks here.
Red really needs to get a better job of vision control, because if they don't know where Fiddlesticks is, at any moment a fight could be swung in the other team's favor.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you need to keep the places over the walls where you're standing warded. So, like, if you're red team, you need to keep that spot where the jungle entrance is, you need to keep that warded, because Fiddle will jump that wall.
Yep. It's really important when playing against or as Fiddle, like, the fight for ward coverage. You're always trying to dodge wards as Fiddle and clear wards, and you're always trying to have things warded when you're playing against him. Blue team really doesn't need to be mid right now.
Yeah, there's really
Don't
no
want-
one to get.
Yeah, the only thing you could do is dive to inhibit or Nexus turrets,
Yeah,
which is not what you want to do. So
not recommended.
They can either try and get Baron, or they can try and get top and bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got plenty of. They had plenty of wards around Baron. They'll have to put some back up, but they have enough where if they go,
Ooh.
had they gone to Baron,
Could be.
Is this Wombo?
there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is the problem with them just trying
See,
to.
this is
siege and-
exactly, you were right on point.
Yeah.
The blue team really overstayed their welcome, and there wasn't really much to gain, and they got punished for it.
Mhm.
It was 2 minutes and some Wombo, too.
It
Always
was.
think-
It was exactly 2 minutes.
Always ask yourself, you know, when we're grouped up like this, what is our end goal here? What are we trying to get by being grouped?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was nothing. Nothing for them.
I agree. And like since they had those wards on Baron, they had a couple options just by going to Baron. They could just try to get Baron or just try to bait the other team out to come out to get a team fight. Like either way, I think they would have come out ahead. But I mean, it's definitely better than just trying to shove mid where there's no objective.
You got 1 minute on drag.
I know we've talked about this more other weeks, just because there hasn't been a whole lot of dragon control, like being contested. But when you guys, like when dragon is that minute and a half left to coming up, you need to be starting to put down wards, getting scuttlebutt. You know, the dragon fight doesn't start at dragon; it starts, you know, that minute and a half, 2 minutes before.
Yeah. And it is at 40 seconds to spawn. I'm hoping we're going to see another really big fight here.
It doesn't really look like Red's in a position to contest. I mean, Sion does have TP though.
We're trying to bait this out, but there's no. I don't.
Oh, up.
Sedge, that's right.
There you go.
Sedge knows the dragon.
So,
that
yeah,
was
this
cool.
is just what happens. If you don't see anyone on the map, and you walk into an unwarded jungle, especially when you're behind like that, you can really get punished.
Mm-hmm.
Sion's gonna be able to take out this tower. They're trading a dragon for a tower, which honestly doesn't need to happen. They're far enough ahead that it's an okay trade if you're even, but when you're this far ahead, you don't need to make that trade. When you're ahead, you don't make trades, you take things.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Sion's
if you
still
do make
going.
trades, they're
Cannon's
really heavily in your favor.
dealing with him.
Purple team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Did Edge just get his mirror mana?
I didn't notice it before.
Okay. So like the average time you should be looking to get mirror mana on Ezreal is around 22 to 25 minutes.
Killing spree.
I mean,
So
once
they're
you
all-
get that tier, you can be just like spamming all your spells.
So Kennen's top, Nar's getting the mid inhibitor, and 3 people are bot.
Nar was wailing on the turret, but he didn't use his ghost. I mean, the inhib. He didn't use his ghost blade. Like, I think he probably could have got that.
Yeah, he might have been able to. If also he could be throwing out his Q and stuff and catching it for Trinity Force procs.
Yeah, I definitely think he could have got that.
Yeah. But there, like, don't go for that tower there. Go for the inhibitor, and it's open. So you don't. If you fight, it's a even playing field rather than a red advantage. If you're blue team, you should be going for the open inhibitor.
Interesting enough, Kennen's looking to get that Natcher's Tooth for an item. It's not one that I normally ever see on Kennen.
Yeah, he does auto attack, but I don't know if he auto attacks enough to justify a Nashor's
like-
Tooth.
Kennen's big gambit is going into a fight, ulting in Zonia's. And if there's something I know about Zonia's is that you can't auto attack while you're in that state.
I'd
So,
like
like-
to see a little more vision denial out of blue. I feel like I feel like they could be a bit more of a threat, you know, just guaranteeing that Fiddle can engage if they try and contest, but looks like they're just gonna go for the Baron here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This could be really dangerous if they group up like that with Ezreal, Orianna, Sejuani, Sion. Some scary ultimates. There it is.
Oh, there you
There's
go.
Sion. Yep.
And that's gonna be a Baron.
And that's the turning point right there.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, like, why Fiddlesticks is so much more scary when he engages without you knowing. And when you're all grouped up at Baron against a Wombo team comp, you run that risk of being engaged on. If you could just deny vision and then maybe get a few pickoffs before you start the Baron, or maybe even get an inhib, like, you would be in much better shape.
Yep. And now gold is red's even a little bit ahead after being so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely a game changer.
Yeah. And they don't, their inhibitors are up. They have Baron.
They're gonna get mid.
They're gonna get an turret mid.
Isn't Dignitas playing TSM today?
I don't know.
No, they're playing. Oh, well, either way, I thought they have a game that they need to be playing instead of in here.
There you go.
Gotta always have the Dignitas Baron throw jokes.
Good job, Orianna hitting a few people with the ult. Sejuani followed up. That was really well played by the team that got Baron.
Mhm.
The red team.
Yeah. They sent Sion to stop the to get that huge wave top, and the rest of them got. It actually may have been good to send Sedge for that top because she's so far behind.
Red
Yeah,
has
I
actually
mean,
taken a gold lead.
Yep. I mean, blue can still win, but
Definitely.
it's like evened out now. It's just whoever gets the better wombo.
I
Like, is it
completely
going to be
agree.
Fiddle, Gnar, Kennen, Leona, Jinx ult, or the other way?
Like one decisive team fight could swing things in
Yeah, like
the
it
other
just
direction.
Oh, here we go. And that'll do. Was that a flash by Kennen?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Whoa.
Fiddle didn't use his Zonias. He could have just Zonias and had Sion run right through him.
Red team double kill.
The thing about these fights is that no one's really fighting as a team. There's a lot of like
Yeah.
fighting here, fighting there. The strength of both teams is being, able to engage all together at once.
Yep. It's just not happening.
As real, like, at this point, Brutalizer is not a good option. Just because at this, like, Brutalizer becomes the least effective item choice for armor penetration after the enemy gets more than 40 armor. At that point, it becomes Yomu's, and after 60, it becomes Black Cleaver, and after 100, Lastos becomes the most effective for armor penetration. And since you're in 36 minutes, that's where you need to go for armor penetration. Like, if you're not getting Brutalizer at the beginning of the game, there's no point in getting it.
Gotta form up at Dragon.
Yeah, he should be grabbing Last Whisper instead. And then a Bloodthirster or something.
Yeah.
Fiddle gonna go for this?
Or
He's going, but he's a little far back.
Sedge has ult up right about now. A few seconds. It's up right now. But now, like, yeah, they're just focusing on the Scion. They can't really touch him. Well, he'll go down.
The Gnar ult from just one.
What the hell?
Jinx is still. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, Red's got this. It looks like Red's got this game. I thought this game was over. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It also shows that this game is a game of like seconds, because if blue had been in slightly better position to follow up the fiddle and like CC them,
Mhm.
that could have gone completely differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also goes to show like how important it is, like working around your team comp.
Yeah.
Because I mean, both teams do have a very good wombo combo, but like those fights where red really won, they won because they played their team comp effectively.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Don't think that Ezreal ult really hit.
No, it's fine. I've missed so many SRLs. You think you're gonna hit them, then the minions move, and like, ah, shit. Yeah, he said just getting farm.
Yeah, he didn't hit a single man.
And that's the other thing, like Gnar just building so much damage. He can't
Yeah.
last in these fights.
It's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially against an Orianna that's that strong.
And there's no point, like, even when you're that ahead, just trying to build that much damage, you're better off getting
He
more.
wasn't that ahead. That's the thing.
Yeah. And as far as damage items go, I don't like getting a Trinity Force. Not even because of like the mana you're wasting, but just because you're better off getting a Maw for a synergy between offensive and defensive.
Leona's a bit
Scion's
far up.
teleporting.
All right. Here we go.
Oh,
Fiddle's
good
not there.
gauge.
Silence not there.
That might be it.
Godlike.
Really,
Red team
really good
double
work by
kill.
Scion there to
Mm-hmm.
pick them up. Top lane's pushing in their favor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can just kind of go for it.
Yeah, next Baron will be up in 50 seconds. They won't be able to end the game quite yet. So, like that, with that in mind, they should be trying to set a vision around there.
Yeah, this inhib is theirs.
They gotta be careful. Everyone is back up right now.
Yeah, they don't want to make the same mistake that the other team did.
Yeah, actually, blue team has all their ults, and red team is missing 3 of them, so, or 2 of them now. That's good. They were able to open up that inhib for later.
Yeah, remember this turnaround all began with people overstaying in mid. It really shows how, especially against a Wombo team, if you make that mistake, it can be a huge game changer.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baron is up, so let's see if we can have some better Baron control from. This is actually a comeback point for blue. Blue has an opportunity right now to get vision and
Yeah,
deny
they're-
vision.
They actually have pretty much everyone by Baron right now.
Yeah. They could do it. They
Mhm.
could get it done. Let's see if they do.
They know 2 are
Just-
bottom,
Attacking.
They're gonna get Baron.
and that was the mistake by a red team. They didn't. Like, if they were they should have gotten the inhibitor turret, warded up Baron, and
Nice.
then back.
Baron Nashor.
And the Dragon's up in a minute and 15, so.
So what dragon? Like, I think for wow. Red team only has 1 dragon, but yeah, if blue team gets the next dragon, they'll have 5 dragons.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's just
This
from
is-
like the earlier game they had those.
Yeah, this is Blue's chance to make a re-comeback.
Yes, Nara's going Blade of the Ruin King now. He's just gonna keep getting blown up in these fights over and over again.
You know how
Red does not have any vision of where
Oh,
the blue
gosh.
team's members are.
yeah, why isn't Art getting tanked?
We're at the point of the game where vision is such a huge point because one one really good team fight could be essentially a game ender.
Yeah, actually, Nar, this could be really good if Nar's teleport. So if he can like get himself pretty close, looks like that's what he's doing. He's gotten pretty close to
Oriana
making.
backed. And now Nar's TPing in. Oriana won't be there.
This could be good. And red team really can't afford to. I mean, I guess if I'm red team, I would say let's back off. Like,
It's
Yeah,
a hard
or-
thing because they would be giving
Oh,
up the
engagement.
5th dragon.
oh, looks like they're gonna win it. 4 versus 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they stopped the the fiddle ult. They Cannon should have just ulted and pressed Zonia's.
Mhm.
Really, that was a 4v5, and
They
Red,
were just really.
they hit everything.
Yeah, for how trigger happy like Kennen was earlier in the game, they've gotten really gun shy now.
Yeah,
And Jinx is gonna kill herself, I think, attacking Nasus. 'Cause he does have the Thornmail. Yeah, Scion.
Purple team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
That was
Just
just
had-
a really
yeah.
sloppy by Blue. Like they set up for it pretty well. They got Oriana back. Nar
Mhm.
was in position, but then they just got hit by so much CC
Yeah.
that it was
'Cause
They actually
they
lost
didn't
it.
engage themselves. They
Yeah.
waited until they were engaged upon.
That Scion does, with the Thornmail, has the power to make 80 carries for round.
Mm-hmm. He does. And the Claude's already in the comments, so we don't need you here, Seagrove.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. I mean, just
That was
I
too late.
don't really see the point in going this much damage on Gnar.
I
Like,
don't
I
like.
know I'm going
oh,
back to
he's
this a
still
lot.
he's building even more. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really needs some magic resist.
Yeah. The game's gonna end in the next 2 minutes.
Or is it?
I think so.
Oh, TP.
Or is it?
I think so.
This is not
An
quite
interesting
sure.
fight.
There's a lot of
Throughout
fighting
that-
and disengaging.
Yeah, throughout that whole thing, Kennen... Oh, guess you're right. It does end in the next 3 minutes. Yeah, Kennen held on to his ulti that whole time they were around Ezreal. If they could have just gotten out Ezreal earlier, I think they could have just had a chance to keep this game going.
Oh no, Fiddle.
But yeah, that'll be game.
That's huge. 65-second death timer on Fiddle. That's huge.
Yeah.
Scion with the there you go.
Yep, that's game.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Yeah. Well, they still have 2 people who. Oh my goodness. Nar. No tank at all.
I actually just noticed Ezreal hasn't died all game.
Yeah,
Nope.
he's played really
He,
well.
he was kind of behind early on, but he never really got caught out. He's kept himself alive, and he ultimately did really well.
Yeah, he did do really well. His ultimates were really were really good ultimately.
All right.
Very good.
Yeah, good
That was a
comeback.
crazy comeback.
It was a little shaky. It looked like the blue team might have came back again.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun game.
You know how Lysandra says plans within plans?
I thought it's
It's starting
plants
to
within
feel like
plants.
throws within throws. But
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, thank you for joining us here this morning for Bronze Boot Camp. It's been a pleasure for everyone playing, everyone watching. I always love doing this stuff. So we'll be back here next Saturday at noon. And don't forget, we will have a sign-up sheet available by Tuesday here when you guys want to sign up to play. So we'll see you next week.